Hello, I'm Jojo, and I fight Minecraft wars for fun. In this video, I'm going to show you a real Minecraft war between my nation Knights of Roses versus Tsukinoko. But first, have you ever wanted to make your own nation in Minecraft? This genre of Minecraft is called Geopol. Geopol is short for geopolitics, and it's sort of like factions, but you make nations instead of factions. My adversary for this war is a guy known as Full, who owns this island nation. You might want to know a thing or two about their leader, and this is some of his rules. You are not allowed to address the Emperor by his name. You may only address him as your Majesty or Emperor. Quite the thing to demand when you have a nation, or not even a nation, but a town of 10 people, and we're playing Minecraft. But before I tell you about the war, a bit of context is needed. My endeavor on this server Wayhaven started in a town known as Themia. I was part of a nation known as the Valyrian Hegemony, led by Mimiri, and it was going pretty well. We were establishing towns on our continent Orendal, up until this. I got jumped as I was logging in, and while they meant to kill me jokingly, the thing is, in life you can't let people disrespect you like that, and I was killed 4 times. I demanded that my town leader Fernium declare independence from the Valyrian Hegemony. This was a political dilemma for Fernium, because she had joined the server Wayhaven in the belief that we would be a town in the nation of Valyria, but she couldn't let the killing of a town member slide, and so we declared independence. The Valyrians weren't too pleased with us leaving, so they decided to show up and raid us. Now you might be wondering why they're just standing there. The thing is, in these specific servers, they often use a plugin known as lands, which makes it so you can't grief specific areas without being at war. This means we can't kill each other inside of claims. But this isn't exactly the case, because technically, we're able to place lava buckets, and when the Valyrian army came to Themia to try and kill us if we left our claim, a pivotal moment arrived. Mimiri entered inside our base and we struck. I innocently asked if he wanted a tour, but little did he know my intention. We tried to lava him, but he managed to escape by TPing out. It's safe to say they weren't too happy with us trying to kill them, because they showed up with more people. I did try and lava them and took a bit of an aura loss for not landing the lava buckets, but that's okay. In lands, if you're in combat, you can't go back in your claim. Now, I obviously didn't panic that I couldn't go in, because I don't get afraid or anything about losing my stuff. I'm not allowed to enter that area. Oh shit, I'm in combat, I'm in combat. And I'm quite glad that one of the Valyrian armies here was an equal level of a wuss as me in that moment. After we split from Valyria, we needed friends fast. So we asked the Curie Shogunate to ourselves if our town Themia could join them, and they accepted. That gave us a buffer of allied players that could actually show up when raids happen, basically making our town militia into an actual military. Not long after joining, one random player messaged me saying he had a present and asked me to step outside our claim to get it. Here's some Minecraft hood advice straight from Jojo. If a stranger offers you a present, do not follow them into an undisclosed third location. Now I really shouldn't have followed, but alongside the leader of Curie Shogunate, Starship Ranger, we decided to go check it out. And you won't believe it, it was a trap. Some Valyrians were ready to fight us, and we did. It ended in a draw, and then we decided to try and intimidate the Valyrians by fishing in their town. Yeah, serves them right, huh? What are they gonna do about it? They did not care. But after this, tensions cooled down, and we were chill. At this point, I wanted to make my own claim and my own nation, which I do admit is quite the audacity. I had demanded my town leader leave Valyria were being killed, and then I wanted to make a new nation. So we decided to make the Knights of Roses. I know, it's a cool name. I came up with it myself. We wanted to make a claim to protect us, and it was either going to be to our west, since the nation of Bergman have raided us a lot, or to our south, since, while we were starting to get along, we had technically broken away from the Valyrian hegemony. I decided to make it south since there was a mountain, and castles and mountains are always cool. While relations were good, I did kill one Valyrian just to send a message. Never let the ops catch you lacking. This is when Valyria started doing Valyria things. They claimed half of Folkstad, they claimed over a nation known as Elysia, and just all in all expanded. Now, as I was mining and listening to Mario and Sleep piano lullabies from Super Mario Bros. Full album, my bad by the way for having taste, can't a man listen to cool music in peace, I got jump scared by the server owner as I was mining.
I got undeafened.
Keep in mind, this was awkward for me because there was this Christmas event where we get a wish and I wrote that I either wanted a shulker or a date with the owner. And yeah, I'm not ashamed. Game is game. You gotta do what you gotta do to get that admin bias. And if that means going on a date with the owner, so be it. Now, the thing about Minecraft nations is wars can happen and you gotta be prepared. So how do you mass produce armor sets and weapons? Well, in Minecraft you need XP, but since villagers are disabled on this server, we need to gain lots of XP. We had planned on just using our trusty potato farm, but it quite frankly was way too tedious. So we developed a snowman and slime farm, which was better but didn't run smoothly. Lastly, we found out about the armadillos. In Minecraft, armadillos will go into their shell if near a hostile mob such as a zombie. Now you can gain like 37 levels if you throw an infestation potion, which you brew by netherwall and a stone block. So you place the campfire under the armadillo, put it in a system like this and throw the potion. Yeah, this is what I'm doing with my life, throwing potions at a block armadillo for XP to make equipment for Minecraft Wars. The thing about Geopol though, it's not just wars, there's also a world building aspect. We were invited to meet with the leaders of the Union of Collectivized Lands, also known as the UCL. The UCL is a nation to the north of us, and are one of the more active nations. We were greeted with roses, which, I mean, makes sense, we're the Knights of Roses, so good on them for doing their homework. And we had this oracle meeting where we discussed the geopolitical landscape. And about the geopolitical landscape, it would soon change. You see, if you hadn't noticed by now, I like to dabble in a little bit of tomfoolery. And there's this isolationist nation to my west. I noticed they hadn't claimed their entire island, and they wrote these national announcements about opening up the country. So I decided to take them up on that, and I made a claim on their island, ready to sell baked potatoes and spruce logs. Safe to say their leader wasn't too happy about this, and this is when opportunity arose. Get it? An opportunity arose, and I'm the Knights of Roses. Roses? Okay. A rebel leader known as Itsway wanted to buy my claim Port Rose, and he turned it into Fort Rose. This started a civil war in Sunyoko, and the leader of Sunyoko, Thorpe, the guy who was like, yeah, you need to bow in front of the emperor, and I'm really tough, and I have this giant nation, decided to just flee and not fight, which meant the remaining Sunyoko loyalists rallied around Viper. This wasn't the most equal of fight, and you know you're in a good situation when the enemy is asking you for swords. It just shows how cooked they are. The battle was an absolute victory, and the Sunyoko loyalists got decimated by a united Roses, Valerian, and Sunyoko rebel forces. We placed our capture beacons and took over the island, installing the new regime.